I'm going to call to order this special meeting of the Albion City Council, asking you all to turn off cell phones if you haven't already done so. We'll observe a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Domingo, can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Reed, Brown,
Here.
Lawler,
Here.
Spicer,
Here.
Williamson, and Mayor Atchison.
So we have 3 council members present tonight. We have a vacancy in precinct 1, so we do not have a quorum in order to conduct business for the city as outlined on the agenda. Per se, what we'll do, I had a conversation with Attorney Harkness prior to the beginning of this meeting. We will hear public comments, if any, and then we will do council member comments and adjourn for tonight. So are there any public comments? Persons addressing the city council shall limit their comments to no more than 3 minutes. Proper decorum is required. Any public comments? Yes, it can address, let's address agenda items, although we're not taking official action tonight on the agenda items.
Good evening, Council. Garrett Brown, 1016 South Superior Street. Just wanted to rise to just kind of express some concerns. I know that one of the things that it's pretty rare normally to call special meetings, and that was the first time that happened out of my 8 years on council was I want to say like December of January around 2016, 2017. And I think one of the things that the council is going to have to be careful of is not turning that into a political football, because what ends up happening if 2 members call a meeting and they want to bring something to the attention of the council and the other members do not attend, there's a possibility that other members could do that back, and it starts a really bad cycle, and it doesn't look good for the city. I'm on the list that the clerk sends out for the agendas, and was basically, saw the back and forth that transpired on the email list for today's meeting. And one of the things that concerns me is the fact that a great deal of energy was wasted on false narratives of use of private emails to do city business, but I noticed that the chief executive of our city was using a personal email to respond to the correspondence in that email list. So I want to make sure that those are the 2 things I want to hit. I think that, from my knowledge, this meeting was called last week. There were multiple days where members had a chance to list scheduling conflicts. I don't know if I'm going over time here. But basically, I think that it's just not a professional, it's not a professional thing for members who can attend not to attend, because it's really, council is based on reciprocity and making sure that even the needs of the minority of council is respected. So just wanted to leave council with those thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments this evening?
Good evening. I'm Rick Lang from 810 Haven Road. I'd just like to maybe continue a couple of Garrett's comments. I witnessed the emails going back and forth, and I'm really distressed at all of the discord that's going on that goes way beyond, in my opinion, of, or maybe not up to what I consider to be an effective city government. There are accusations, false narratives. It seems like there was a last minute or last day or last hour, late in the week change in the agenda, putting in a new matter that it had nothing to do with what the special meeting was called for. For the sake of the city, this has got to stop. Everybody can do better, and I hope they do, because we've got things happening here in Albion, and this is just going to pull the rug right from under. Thank you.
Susan Connor, 811 East Michigan, here in Albion. I'd like to address item B under the items for individual discussion. And what I'd like to say about that is that did come very late and came as at least a partial surprise to many of us, and perhaps those of you who are on council knew about it well in advance. I would just like to speak from my own personal experience that rather than an approval of grant options, this body should bring forward, have a preliminary discussions with ARC, EDC, and all of the other bodies who are involved in this discussion of what's happening with Peabody, and bring forward a single option that can be agreed upon, and especially in consultation with Bill and Karen Dobbins, since much of it will hinge on how they feel the option should go forward. So I would just like to say that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Seeing none, are there any council members present who'd like to have comment? Do you have? Sorry, hold on.
I just want to say that today there was a 4 p.m. meeting with MEDC, myself, my staff, and the individuals regarding the Peabody project. There is no longer an issue for council to approve. I just want to say that for me, when MEDC called me last week and they wanted me to make a decision about $185,000, the fact that I'm not allowed to spend more than $5,000, I brought it to the council. So today during that conference call, it was decided as what to do to move forward with that project. I did provide my support for the project during that conference call and told them whatever it is that we need to do, let's move forward with the Peabody project. So MEDC is moving forward with that project. And so at this point, there is no need for council approval or a decision discussion on that particular item because MEDC is going to handle it and the project is going to move forward. So I did want to say that and let everybody know that we are trying to work with Mr. and Mrs. Dobbins on this project so that we can move forward and can continue productive development in downtown Albion. So I just wanted to be clear that I apologize if anyone felt that it was last minute. It was just that they called me and said, what do you do? I was like, hold on a second. Let me meet with the council to get them to understand where we are. I forwarded the email to council as what was given to me from MEDC, exactly what it was, what our options were. And so I didn't want to make that decision on my own. I wanted to give council the opportunity to make that decision because council has approved the development agreement for this particular project, but I wanted to make it very clear that my only goal was to ensure that I did not make a decision that would have been contrary to what council wanted me to do in regards to the project. So the project is definitely moving forward, and MEDC is going to be working with the Peabody project to make sure it moves forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Lawler.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Brown. I'm still under a little bit of the weather, so I'm going to try and talk as loud as I usually do. But I agree that the emails were disturbing. My only reason for calling this special meeting was to address some issues that I saw that needed to be addressed by council. It cannot keep being repetitive. It needs to be some type of boundary that somebody know they stepping over their boundary. I don't know if they know they position and what they do, but it really needed to be addressed today. And I'm really upset that we could not come together and get things resolved so that Albion can move forward. The back and forth has got to stop. As it was stated that 3 people were not given a chance to say what day they were available. I did call a meeting last week. 3 of the council members said they couldn't attend. I agreed to move it till Monday. I didn't get any response that it was going to be a problem. So I wish I could have went forward with it, which a separate email from what all you have received, which was probably inserted in that email, was that people didn't get a chance to say if they were available or not. They had 4 days to tell me if they were available or not, and I didn't get any of that information from any of them. So definitely we should know our roles. If you don't know your roles, then you should be penalized for it, whatever the penalty is, or either you could just sit down and talk about it so that it will be stopped and that it won't be so stressful on others. If we cannot uphold our Constitution, the laws, the city rules and procedures, the Roberts rules, why are we here? Why are we here? And that is my only reason for calling this special meeting about council rules and procedures. I definitely wanted to share what I have been seeing with the rest of my council members so that we can talk like adults and get it resolved. Thank you.
Let me let Councilmember Spicer.
Thank you. I just want to say that everyone in here can be handed the same situation, problem, scenario, and we all would probably come up with different ideas and procedures as to how to deal with it and what our outcome would be, because we are all individual thinkers. We can think for ourselves. We don't need others to think for us. I just want to caution people, truly, we have a lot more information than you do, the community, our constituents, the public. Being council people, being your representative that you elected to be here. If you have questions about something, I beseech you to contact us. We would be happy to answer questions and set things straight, because we have people out here who are putting out fabrications and outright lies. And until you find out the truth from someone who is involved intricately, you just will be led astray. It's like the blind leading the blind. Don't be that way. Think for yourself. Don't let other people tell you how to think. We're elected to do a job, and we're trying to do our best. It's not easy. And if you guys think it is, I wish you all would try to get up here and do it. So please, give us a chance, talk to us. We aren't here to bring the city down. We live here. I've been here, I'm 50 plus, I'll tell you the exact age, and I've been here practically all of my life, minus 5 years. So I know this community very well. I know how I'd like to see, I know what it once was, and I know how I'd like to see it again. The infighting and the bickering and the people who aren't intricately involved and out there making assumptions and, planting seeds of gossip and, seeds of discord, wanting people to be afraid and don't trust and distrust, it has to stop. Please,
come to us. I mean, my God, how can somebody who's not on council know more than we know? I mean, we're not gonna lie to you. It's called Open Meetings Act for a reason. We have to tell you the truth. We have to do everything in the open. You know, sometimes I wish we could do stuff behind the scenes, because of how you land-based us, but we can't, so we have to do it openly. Please, I beseech you, to just talk to us. We're open. We're not here to attack anybody, to bring the city down. We want to see it move forward. We live here, our parents, our children grew up here, and some are still growing up. So we want to see it move forward, and we need your help to do that. So those are my, thank you for listening.
Thank you. City Manager Rufus?
I just want to say, really, honestly and openly, one, I don't want to be micromanaged. Number two, I'm human and I'm tired of being harassed. And I'm sorry if I sound very sentimental about this, but I'm human. I got feelings. I'm emotional. I'm a person. People riding by my house, sitting outside, checking when I'm in and when I'm out. I'm at work every day, whether I'm at home or here. My phone is on 24 hours a day. So I'm always working for this city. And it's the disheartening part of all this, I've uprooted my entire life to come to Albion. Left Illinois, came here to do a job, to do what's best for this city. I don't talk negatively about the people in this town, regardless of how they've treated me. I have not put any negative things about how I've been racially discriminated, I've been followed, I've been harassed. I don't talk about those things because that ain't important. Sometimes it comes with the job, but right now, it's to the point where I don't even want to come outside my door because I don't know if somebody outside watching. But sitting outside of my house, taking pictures, watching where I come and go and who I talk to and who I'm friends with, that's harassment. The things that's been said about me, defaming my character when you have not even given me the opportunity to get to know me, it's disheartening. Most of the people in this town that I've met has been kind and nice and pleasant and welcoming. And if you want to know about what's going on with me and the city staff, ask them, because I had a talk with them. I don't have a problem with my staff. So all this stuff people saying is a bunch of mess. Because the individuals that I've had issues with, we've talked about it and moved on like adults. That's what you do. Everybody doesn't get along all the time. And there may be some discourse or disagreement. It happens. But that comes with learning everybody's personality. There's things being said that should not be talked about because there are things that should be personnel matters and not talked about in the public. It's all over town. Why? How? I don't know. But it was. And the individual and I have worked all that out. If you don't believe me, find out who it was and ask them. Number two, I can't meet with everybody all the time. I apologize. Sometimes I'm busy. But if a staff member tells me that they met with somebody and addressed these concerns, I don't expect to hear a month later that I still have a problem, that I didn't know I still had a problem with somebody. And all of these people that's bringing up all this stuff and trying to pull up alliances against me and talk about me, I'm going to say this one more time. I know somebody that fight my battles for me, y'all, and I'm trying to tell you, whatever your religious beliefs are, whatever they are, I know who fight my battles for me. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I'm sorry, separation between church and state, but that's real serious for me. I'm not perfect. I don't do everything the way everybody think I should do them. I do things the way LaTanya does them. All I'm saying is I've asked to not put me with a specific group of people. Yes, former Mayor Brown, Councilwoman Brown, Spicer, Jeanette, and even, and I'll say this, even Councilman Barnes, before he was gone, they all befriended me. They all were nice to me. They talked to me. They treated me like a person. We may not always got along, but if I do something they don't agree with, they tell me and we talk about it like adults and not slander one another in public. That is wrong. My goal was to come to Albion, bring productive economic development to this town. I had a developer willing to come here, and they started to Google the city of Albion. You know what they called me and said? Latanya, it's too much going on in Albion. It's 8,600 people. If anybody watched the news last week, it said that the state of Michigan has the worst roads in the country. How do I go and ask all of these individuals for money to fix the streets in our town, and we can't even get along? It's embarrassing. And I'll say this again. I'm human. I have feelings. My feelings get hurt. I'm not perfect. I may not say and do things the way most people say and do them. But at the end of the day, I'm a person. I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not here to treat anybody bad. But at the end of the day, people need to think about what they say and do to people who really want to do right for this town. People worried about how I spent my expense account for my moving expenses. It's all over the town. Let's be serious. I spent more money than was given to me moving to this town. But you're not worried about how to fix the roads. You're not worried about how to fix the street signs. You're not worried about how to put lights on the street. You're not worried about how to bring good businesses to town. You're not worried about how to bend a tax base. You're worried about how to spend some money? I don't have any reason to steal from this town. I live here just like everybody else. I rooted my whole life to come here to fix this city. And I'm tired. I'm telling you, I was going to resign. I'm telling you, I was going to resign. I told my staff. I was tired. Because I do not want anybody trying to keep defaming my character. Yes, I've contacted an attorney, and individuals that have defamed me will be contacted. I'm not doing that anymore. Now, if I want to come here and do a good job, regardless of who it's for. I remember a gentleman stood in the back. I can't remember his name. He said to me, Ms. Rufus, I want to work with you and see you succeed. He's not here tonight. Mr. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. I won't say his name because he's not here, but I remember it now. But he's not here. And so when anybody tell me they want to work with me and make this town move forward, that's what I want to do. But as of today, I'm not doing any more defamation of character stuff. I'm telling you now. I'm not. So if you want to be sued, okay, that's fine. That's your choice. But I'm telling you where I am. I respect the current mayor. I respect the previous mayor. I have been disrespected, harassed, yelled at, walked out on, hit the gavel on, cussed out, just because I want to do my job. This is what I do for a living. Council persons are here. They are elected to do this job. I went to school to do what I'm doing. This is my career. This is my life. This is my livelihood. Nobody wants anybody else going to nobody's job and saying, you're doing a bad job. And you didn't even come ask if I was doing a good job because you don't know because you didn't ask. It's unfair. It's ruthless. It is absolutely disgraceful. When I looked to come to the city of Albion and I read about the town and how it's a small community and everybody works together, I have not seen hardly half of that since I've been here. And it is a disgrace. I'm sorry, it is. But I gave you my word, and I said, when Mayor Brown was still the mayor, I sat here and said, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm Team Albion. If you want to work to move the city forward, let's do that. And since I've been here, yeah, I've made some mistakes. But each and every employee that has something to say to Latanya, I've talked to them. And we worked out majority of those issues, and some of them are here today. So if the employees did not want to support me or try to work through these things, they wouldn't be at these meetings. They'd still be complaining. So obviously, I put forth a good faith effort to make these things work. All I'm asking is to please stop defaming my character, stop coming to my house, stop riding around my house. Yes, it's a city vehicle sitting outside of my house, and no, I don't drive it every day. It's there. No, Jill Domingo did not take me to the doctor because I haven't been to the doctor because I missed my doctor's appointment meeting with Mayor Atchison last weekend. I'm sick of it. I'm sorry. Anybody upset about what I'm saying, they can be upset. I'm telling you, I didn't go. You want to call my doctor and find out? I missed it. So all these people that's saying all this stuff about me, please stop. I'm human. My feelings get hurt like everybody else's. But I'm at the point where we're almost at lawsuit type of time at this moment. Because if I left Albion tomorrow, where am I going to go knowing that you Google my name and people are saying all these negative things about me? Anybody in this room, you want to meet with me? I try to meet with you. No, I wasn't having a bad day while I missed the appointment. I had some things going on. And actually, so I can be real clear about that, Mayor Brown came in. I was in there with Attorney Harkness. It was a budget meeting. So people can stop doing all this madness. How do you move a city forward with nonsense? I've never seen. It was so embarrassing to be on the phone with MEDC today to talk about this project when I knew half of the council wasn't going to be here. I said it. So we need to come up with a suggestion because I don't have council going to get together and make a vote. That is embarrassing when you have to go to a state agency and tell them, well, council not meeting, half of them there, half of them not. But you all want me to work my tail off to make this city better when the council not even working together. And I'm in the middle. I don't want to be a pawn in anybody's chess game, period. But whatever I can do to move this city forward, I will. But like I said, this madness has to stop, and it needs to stop right away. I went to the staff today in one of the departments. I was there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was there for 2.5 hours to hammer out whatever it was that was going on. Because I truly feel that we can fix any problem. I said it in my interview. Every problem is solvable. Let's fix it. But then, because everybody want to assume that I'm in an alliance with Mayor Brown and Councilwoman Brown, I like them. I do. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I talk to them. I do. Why? Because they befriended me when I came here. I talked to some people in this audience. I won't say no names or put nobody on Front Street, but I do. Go to coffee with them, hang out with them. I do. And it ain't about color. It ain't about women, men. I don't just care about the safety of the women in this building. I care about the safety of the men in this building. When I find out that there is a man or woman in this building working late, I ask them, call public safety to make sure they walk you out. I care about everybody. And so all I'm asking to the public is to please stop trying to conjure up nonsense, mistruths, and lies. I may say some things people don't like. But guess what? Have you all been reading what's going on in this country? Do you not realize that the city of Albion has a homeless population that I didn't realize that we had that's really high? Did you realize that we have the elitists and then we have the poor and we have this amount of middle income people? And if this country goes into a recession, what it's going to do to this city? And you all want me to work my tail off, be honest, do this, fix this problem. I don't have a problem with fixing the problem. I have a problem with people defaming my character. And it just has to stop. So if you want to work with me and move this city forward, I'm all for it. I was on the phone today. Anybody want to hear? Yes, I said, I support this project. What do we need to do to move it forward? I don't have no ill feelings. I don't hold grudges. I don't even hold grudges against people that's talked about me. It's over with. But I cannot do this. This is terrible. And anybody that's playing into these games with all of this nonsense, it's ridiculous. Every single day. I have been here since October 8th, and it has not been one day I came to work that there was not drama. Said about me, said about the staff, or whatever. But this town is too small. Everybody here knows everybody. Why y'all can't just get along? This is nuts. I don't get it. And it's embarrassing when I'm on the phone with state agencies to work out a project and we don't even have council to show up to fix the project. Thank God MEDC worked it out. But this is embarrassing. And I don't care if you don't like me after today or what I said. That's fine. They didn't like Jesus. Okay. But at the end of the day, this stuff needs to stop. Because I can't go to the federal government, the state, or anybody else and ask for money, and we can't even get along. It's embarrassing. You all need to think about this. It's disgraceful. And it hurts my feelings, and it hurts me to the core, because I thought I was coming to a place where, at minimum, people could say, you know what, Councilwoman Lawler, I don't like you. It's fine. But guess what? This is for the best of Albion. Can we talk about it, work it out, and move forward? I haven't even seen that. And I'm not a pretender. I'm not about to try to have a relationship with the current mayor or anybody for perception. I go to Rotary with the mayor because I really want to have a working relationship with him. I'm not about perceiving. I'm not playing games. I really want to do what's right. So if the perception is, oh, Miss Rufus and the mayor is getting along, blah, I do that for real. I'm not doing that for fake. Now, if it's for fake, I don't want to do fake. I'm done with that. I want to have a relationship with every member on this council. Councilwoman Brown, Reed, Spicer, Lawler, and Williamson, and the mayor. Real relationship, working relationship. It's not about perception. It's about reality. And I just can't understand why nobody is getting none of this stuff. And it's beyond me. I don't want to have any more sleepless nights. I don't want to have anybody else riding by my house, sitting on the corner, because I can see you, trust me, I do. Taking license plate numbers, putting them on Facebook. It's a city vehicle, so what? But the stuff y'all doing in this town is bad. It don't just look bad to me. It look bad to people outside of Albion, because they talking about y'all. And I know, because they call me on the phone, Miss Rufus, what's going on in Albion? And I'm not talking about people from my home. I'm talking about people in Michigan. It's bad when state agencies and individuals have negative things to say about a community as small as ours. And whatever your political beliefs are, whatever your religious beliefs are, you all need to lay all that stuff on the line and do what's best for this city. And that's really the truth. You have to do what's best for this city. And this infighting must stop, even amongst the residents. I've never seen anything like this, ever. And I'm sorry for taking up y'all time this evening, but this has to stop. It just has to stop. I'm sorry. It just needs to stop.
Thank you for your comments. I allowed you to get that out and off your chest because and I'll make my comments and we'll adjourn and I'll be brief. The item A mainly affects the city manager, and I just want to say this. So last week on Wednesday, Councilmember Lawler contacted me and expressed some concerns. And it was not the first time she had expressed the concerns regarding the weekly meetings with the city manager and the mayor. And I know our attorney is sometimes present. I don't think you were present on Wednesday.
I was in court.
Okay, you were in court. So we called a special meeting. Per charter, 2 council members are allowed to do that. And we did that Wednesday, midday. Councilmember Williamson had a scheduling conflict, and he brought that to our attention fairly quickly. We rescheduled the meeting for today at 7, and this all took place on Wednesday of last week. After that meeting was noticed, we didn't hear any other scheduling conflicts at all until today. I just want to briefly explain how item B was added to the agenda. That happened on Friday. City manager contacted me, explained what was going on, had received word from the state, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, and they were looking for council guidance on moving forward this week. So I figured the best thing to do would be to, since we were meeting tonight anyway, would be to add that agenda item, so we as council could address it tonight. Very happy to hear that that's worked itself out. But just to be, for the sake of transparency and explaining why and when that agenda item was added. Clerk Domingo noticed that meeting right away. I want to say it was Friday. Still nothing about a scheduling conflict from any council member. The first, Mayor Atchison sent an email this morning, I want to say around 4:30 a.m., saying he couldn't make it, and notifying us that Councilmember Reed was still out of town. And then I want to say somewhere around noon, Councilmember Williamson decided he couldn't make it. And here we are today. So just giving you a timeline of events, how things occurred, and why agenda items were added. So item B has corrected itself, and I'm very happy to hear that. There was someone who made, it may have been Dr. Connor, made a comment about the EDC and ARC, and I just want to be clear that this Peabody project is not an EDC ARC project. This is a private commercial project. The city is the fiduciary agent of that grant funding, and that's how we got involved. That's why the state initiated contact with the city. So this is not that Peabody project is not an ARC EDC agreement project. It's a private project, and the owner of that building is involved with that entity, but it is very separate from that agreement that currently exists. So I wanted that to be clear as well. We're going to adjourn here, but I just wanted to thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your comments and the update. Thank you, Clerk Domingo, Attorney Harkness, you drove a long way. Thank you. We still need to address, as a council, the city manager mayor meetings as outlined in our council rules and our council procedures. There are some concerns that need to be addressed, and that's what council does. We need to hold each other accountable. We need to talk through issues and misunderstandings and maybe misinterpretations so everyone can get on the same page and do what needs to be done for our community moving forward, and allow our city manager to do the job that we have hired her and entrusted in her to do. So with that being said, meeting adjourned.